ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome back to another World Tanks replay with your host, GreatTaz. Now let's get this battle on the road in 3, 2, 1, roll out. Hello everyone, GreatTaz here once again, back from a hiatus with another World of Tanks replay. Today we're going to be watching myself play in the Object 780. This is the brand new Object Russian Tier 10 heavy tank that you could get through the assembly option or vehicle assembly option in the garage for the game. Now this tank is not the greatest, it's not the best, and we're on Siegfried's line. All right, so first let's sit here and talk a little bit about the assembly process. The assembly process was already started on World of Warships, and it is completely different between World of Warships and World of Tanks. In World of Tanks, you have bonds, gold, credits, and free experience that you can spend, to include also your blueprints that you might have acquired through playing battles. You can use those three options, and I believe there's one more. I can't remember exactly what the sixth one was, but you could spend some of all of those to actually be able to get the vehicle for free. Now, you could use the easiest one to use was, if you had them, was actually the blueprints. You could get 36% of the value or what you needed from blueprints themselves. A certain amount from Universal and certain amount from each nation. All right. Then what you could do is use free experience, gold, credits, and the other one, which I can't think of off the top of my head. You could use all these currencies that are kind of in-game to get this tank. And that's which I did. Now, if you were fast enough, and as soon as the tank was released, depending on whether you are on the EU server or the NA server, depended on how many they also gave out. Also, there was a lot less on the North American. It was 25,000 or 2,500, and I think there was like 5,000 or 50,000, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 50 and 25 were the numbers that they gave out. Now, if you were the first group, you could get what a special 3D skin on this, and the 3D skin on the back of the turret had a little number plate which glowed in red, showing you what tank that you actually got out of that special grouping. Now, I got the non-3D special skin. I just thought the 3D special skin was a little goofy. It wasn't a real neat and cool skin to me, so I wouldn't even probably gone with it anyways if I could have. I just couldn't be in the game when they released it at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was at work. So Eastern Standard Time, which I kind of find a little crappy, because that means and there was no warning that this option was coming out, and yeah, it just happened. It was kind of a found out from Des Gamers that it was coming out, and it was like, hey, what's this? No announcement, no nothing from Wargaming. It's just pop. Hey, we're going to try this new thing, and here you go. So it wasn't like people who actually have to work could actually take off, for the day to possibly get that special one as soon as it was released. But that's all right. Again, like I said, I don't mind. I have a bunch of 2D skins that I have free sitting around from playing the game. But I'm talking all completely about the assembly system. Do I think that the assembly system is worth it? Not really. I think it was another way. They did the black markets, they did the special auction, and then they did this assembly. I think it's a way to lower the amount of gold credits, bonds was the other ones, bonds, free experience, and all that stuff that actually people have sitting around in the garages. And I understand a lot of people have a lot of this stuff, especially a lot of these big players have been playing multiple years, have thousands, hundreds and thousands of games in battle. They got all this experience and all this stuff accrued, and they want some way to use it up. It's fine. I don't mind that way. But then you're giving people special tanks for burning up their stuff like this, and it's just not available for everyone. That goes the same, I think, for the campaign tanks. They're not available for everyone because you need to have some certain skill to be able to get a hold of these tanks. And not everybody does. As you can see here, I did get this one, and I still don't have like the 260, the 55, and any of the campaign 2 tanks. I don't have one of them. So they are pretty, hard to get a hold of sometimes, but that is what it is. It takes a certain skill, it takes a little bit of skill to be able to get these tanks. So I don't, not quite that skillful. As you can see here, I'm making some, basic mistakes, but I'm doing pretty decent in this battle. Now I do have I have 2 of the 3 kills that we have on this team. Okay, make that 4. I have 3 of the 4 kills this battle. So as you can see in this battle, my team has they've given up 6 kills real quick, 7, real quick, and we've only gotten 4. So we're not really doing a real good job of actually winning this battle. As you can see here, I move around, I sit in little spots, and I try to figure out what's going on. As you can see there, people like to sneak up on me. I was trying to do multiple other things at the time when this was going on, when I was trying to play this battle. So I was kind of somewhat being distracted. But as you can see here, I'm doing my due diligence to make sure that they can't really deal with me. The 780 is got really good armor versus most tier 8s and tier 9s. They will have to shoot premium at you to penetrate you. The tier 10s are a different story. Most of them have high enough penetration rates that they will be able to pen you. As you can see, I have only 112 hit points left, and I'm still kicking some butt. Now, this is probably a really good game. Here, I don't know what he's even talking about. The E75, they're north. He's only 48 hit points. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm sitting here trying to stay alive and actually deal with things. So let's see. We got the 780 is almost dead, but I'm not going to show my backside to the Type 61 for the simple fact, if he gets my backside, he can kill me. I'm at 112 hit points. I don't know if that E75 understands that he's already dead. I don't think he understands that I am almost dead myself. So I am trying to do everything I can to stay alive. As you can see here, the Type 61 is trying to get the kill on me. He is staying out in that field, shooting and sniping in an attempt to be actually able to kill me. Now, if you look at it, it was a 3-6 battle, a 4-7 battle. We were trailing by 4 kills. We lost a couple tanks quick and early, but here, as you can see, I don't even know what I hit. It doesn't. Sometimes I don't like the game because it doesn't give you good tracers. I had 0 tracer round on that. I have no clue where it went. All right. So as you can see here, I'm still trying to get rid of that Type 61. I'm trying to get into a position that I could shoot him and be able to hit him. I'm not sure what that hit, if that little piece of metal that's hanging out on the guard was actually what I hit or not. And as you can see there, the M44 and the M40-43 took care of the Type 61. Now it's down to a complete even battle again. We have one arty, they have two. They have two TDs, we have one. They have one heavy tank. We have two heavy tanks and the WZ-114, which, yes, is another heavy tank. So we do have the numbers here. We're a little less on hit points, but as you can see, I'm being very, very, very cautious. I have 112 hit points. Either already could kill me with a shot. All right. Oh, there's one. All right. We're going to aim this up. Say goodbye. Now they're down one and down to one arty. He couldn't see me. I don't know who he fired at all. I know he wasn't fully aimed when he fired, so I can tell you that much because I've played that. Ooh, there's the Tiger 2 with only 8 hit points. I'm trying not to get spotted. All right, trying to be really sneaky here. That is the only way. And there goes the M4043 picking up another kill, doing a good job there on the Tiger 2. So I was going to come around this corner and try to get in his backside and take him out, but I didn't need to worry about that because I already took care of that problem right away. And now you can see down here in the bottom left-hand corner, I've done 4,389 damage. I have blocked 1,900 damage, and I got 1,684 assistant damage going right now. I'm doing pretty good, I think, on this tank. This is like my 5th battle at the most, I think, on this tank. And I learned a lot about this tank. It's not an overpowered tank. I will say that 100%. It's not overpowered. It's a little powerful compared to tier 8s. It's overpowered compared to the tier 8s. Tier 9s, some tier 9s can deal with it. But when it comes to tier 10s, definitely not the Chieftain. It's definitely not an overpowered tank. It has a decent gun reload time, pretty decent mobility. 45 is the max forward, and I think like 12, 15 is reverse, as you can see. I'm just going through here I'm trying not to give any ability to be killed because I really want to survive the battle. I want to win the battle, but I also want to survive. So here I'm going along trying to find him. I'm trying to do proximity spotting. He's not there anymore, so I'm not sure where he is. Here in a second, you're going to find out that I do ping. This tank has a decent gun. As we can see right here, it has 530 average damage, which is really good. And it also has quite a bit of penetration on its round. Now, 1 second, we'll go ahead and we will pause this and we will look at some of this information, if the game will allow me. All right, it's not going to allow me while it's paused. As you can see here, now let's see if it'll allow me to go over and hover over these. Actually, no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick trip right over to Tanks GG, and we're going to also look at this. So give me a moment, and we will get right there. All right, folks, here we are at Tanks GG, and as you can see, the DPM on this is 2,320. 530 is base damage. That is your base rounds. Now, you also have 530 with the APCR or premium rounds. You got 267 penetration with the standard rounds, 311 with the AP, and 640 damage from HE, which has 65 millimeters of penetration. As you can see here, it is a heavy tank. It's considered a breakthrough heavy tank, and it's a decent tank. Like I said, top speed is 45 forward. The top backwards is 15. We have a 17.47 power to weight ratio, 35.5 roughly tank traverse speed. Okay, as you can see there, here's the top speeds on medium and soft ground. The effective transverse on those also. The gun does have 15 degrees of elevation and 7 degrees of depression. You got 101, 360. The armor on this tank, the hull is 100, the sides are 100, and the rear is 50. Again, that's why I was trying not to give my backside to the Type 61 that was out in the field. Now the turret has 300, 260, and this tank has a little bit of difficulty to get a good hull down position. So it would be a good tank if you had a little bit more down angle, but that's all right. The gun is 130 millimeter gun, so that will go through pretty much most anything. Well, what's it? 40 millimeters and below easily armor with auto pens. As you can see here, view range is 410, radio range, which most people ignore, is 850, and it only has a 15% chance of fire. So if we go look at the 3D model here, is the tank on level ground. This is going to be against its own gun. As you can see here, it has 261 millimeters of effective armor and 286. Now, I can tell you from a fact that that's not quite true. You get penned in this thing all the time. As you can see, there are real weak spots under the arm. Right underneath here, there's also a weak spot. It's only 50. All right, your side plate here is 145. You have 100 here and 140 here. So your actually best bet with this tank is to go like pretty much almost like this. This will give you your maximum effective armor and on both the here, maybe a little bit more this way, and this will get your basically your deflection chance higher. Just so slightly of a difference to be able to get this chances to actually be able to, and it's kind of funny. The lower plate is actually more than the upper plate. Now on above, you do have only 30 millimeters of armor. So this tank is definitely arty bait, except for on the very top of the turret. As you can see here, here's the backside 50. All right, and the side is 100. Now there's just this little plate, angle plate that's right here. This is also only 60 millimeters armor there. Now the turret, when you look at it, it does have some cupolas here, but as you can see, here is the very front. Now, if you are actually pointing down, let's see here. As you can see right there, you can see all the red. So if you're actually using your gun depression, so like this, and down over the side, you have this issue right here, and that's your gun right there. So you'll have a few. I mean, your turret will definitely be able to bounce. Your front plate, your side plate will have a decent chance to bounce. But if you get too far out and give your lower plate or this area right here, you're going to have a hard time bouncing tanks. Straight out at Big Fat Zero right here, this is in the city and stuff. You're going to want to try to angle a little bit, kind of like that. And you should be able to bounce a few things. As you can see here, low chance to penetrate, but you get a higher percentage to penetrate here. This isn't really, and you're not going to want to definitely even try it, rear side scraping with this tank at all. So as you can see, the turret has some good numbers on it, straight on. All right, the mantle around here is we're looking at 400 around the mantle. Okay, effective armor, it's only 120, but you got multiple layers right here. So as you can see here, effective armor in certain spots goes over 400. The lowest is right next to the barrel, which is like 200. You see, that's a little glitch, but as you can see here, the cheeks are really, really good on this tank. So and if you look at all the other tanks like the Beijing, or you got the Oprah, or this 260 or the 278. It's really not. The 260 is kind of an over OP tank. You got the Chieftain, which is a serious OP tank. It's definitely not on the level as those or the T9. These Chieftains. These are Chieftains are in the game, but this is the one we have in World of Tanks right there. So as you can see, there are quite a few tanks on here, but it's definitely, I wouldn't say that it's an OP tank. It's still quite capable to take this tank on. So you just got to know where to shoot it. All right, so let's go on over here to Watt Records and see how I did in this battle. It is the new tank. I did get a first class. Like I said, I think it's like maybe my 5th battle in this tank, and that comes from a 1221. Now it's a brand new tank, so this is going to be really high for those players that are really good, and until they stop playing the tank, it's going to be a little difference. So I also got fire for effect. I easily got sharpshooter. It got spotter. I got master gunner. I got duelist, bruiser, and hand of God. I also got Spartan for ricocheting a shot while having less than 10 hit points. Got steel wall because I received 11 shots, which were over 1,000 damage. I blocked 1,900, so that does that right. And I also got Top Gun for the 9 kills that I got. All right, as you can see here, I was top in damage and also top in experience overall. Almost a good 800 away from the second, almost another 800 away from the second place on my team, which was the E75. Did a pretty decent job there today. And over 15, almost 1,500, good 1,400 over what their top tank on the enemy team was. Now I did fire 17 shots. 16 of those shots did fit, and 12 of them did penetrate. Well, matter of fact, I hit every shot but one, and that was the one that we could not figure out where it went on the Type 61. Damage here was 4,000, almost 5,000. Only 450 of it was from long range. I believe that was when I shot the 53-55. All right, I received 12 shots, 4 did pen, 7 were non-penetration, and one of those shots was from artillery, which was splash. I blocked 1,900 damage, so I can't cause damage to allies or destroy them anymore intentionally. Only Artie can actually do stuff like that. Okay, we spotted 1, damaged 9, destroyed 6, had 1,267 in assistance. Also, this was with a premium account. The battle was just under 13 minutes, as you can see here. This was also 1.17. We got almost 75,000. Spent almost 50,000. Came out with about 27. Got 7 bonds for the vehicle special ability. I don't know what that means. That came from all the awards and stuff. And you can see here, here's the experience that I received for that battle. Now, again, all that's going straight to field modifications, all done for it too. Which is going to take a while. I've only got like 10 tanks done completely, and they're all tier 8s. So, but I do like the tank. I don't think it's an overpowered tank. I don't think it's a tank that everyone should have. It does take a little bit of skill to know how to play the tank, all that. But I did have fun with this battle, and I hope that you also enjoyed this battle. So if you did, please let me know by clicking that like button right down below. There's another word to show that you liked it. Was also, if you come to the link that's in the description down below, it'll bring you to this page right here. And there'll be, if you sign in, there'll be a thumbs up and a thumbs down. If you click that thumbs up, that tells me you thought the battle was also good. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you do want to keep up to date with all the things I do here on my World of Tanks, Minecraft, and game reviews, make sure to click that subscription button. And if you want instant notifications, click that notification bell, changing it from occasional to always. With that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is GreatTaz. I hope to see you again back here, and maybe I'll see you on the battlefield.